Let me tell you something. Girl! The mark of the beast is here. And it's called the digital ID. It's a chip in your hand that controls your ability to eat, travel, live, drive, earn money, and spend money too. And in the years to come, they're going to automatically inject it in newborn babies. In fact, the government allegedly is finna mandate this. It's already going on. And this digital ID has already been mandated in the UK, Sweden, and the Vietnam. Check this shit out!
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
Like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all in chip. So I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. Exactly. So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in. And from there, I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future.
Install in-grain procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go.
In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
Revelations chapter 13, verse 16 and 17. And he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and in bondage, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell unless he got that mark or that name of the beast or the number of his name, 666. If any man worship the beast and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. Now in the Bible it speak on the mark, but that's metaphorically for a chip. See, the new artificial intelligence is the Antichrist, but y'all ain't ready though. Listen to what I'm saying. That hand chip is called a digital ID. That chip in the head is called Neuralink, made by Satan himself, Elon Musk. Check this shit out.
Sweden just implanted microchips into people's hands, turning humans into walking wallets. No cash, no cards, no wallets. Thousands of people in Sweden have taken a bold step into the future by implanting tiny microchips under their skin. About the size of a grain of rice, these chips act as digital IDs, payment methods, and access cards, all in one, from letting them pay for coffee, unlock doors, or ride trains with just a swipe of their hand. It works much like the contactless tap we use on cards, but here, the card is under your skin. So why is this happening in Sweden? The country is already one of the most cashless societies in the world. Only about 1% of its economy runs on notes and coins, compared to 10% in Europe. Among the younger generation, almost everyone relies on apps and digital payment. Even IKEA tested going fully cash-free and discovered that hardly any customers used bills, saving staff hours of time that used to be spent counting coins. But not everyone is celebrating. Seniors and immigrants worry about being left behind, and critics warn of privacy risks if implants ever connect to health records or government IDs. Sweden is showing the world just how far digital life can go. But a question remains, would you put a chip in your hand to pay for coffee?
Now before you get on here and say, I ain't getting the mark of the beast to eat, live, spend money, earn money, travel, have kids, everything I got to do, I'm not doing it if it requires that mark. I want you to answer this question before you say that. Did you get that injection in the pandemic in order to work, travel, shop, and go to the games and the concerts back in the game? I'm talking about to go to the hospital. They made you get that buyout. Did you get that? And if you did, you more than likely gonna get that mark of the beast. Here's another question. Do you believe in the right or the left or the conservative and all this terminology they using for politics? Well, if you do, all they gonna do is stick your belief right in front of you and let them tell you that it's okay to get that chip in your hand or that mark on your forehead, which represent the beast. Here's another question you gotta ask yourself. Do you or your kids idol worship. Worship these celebrities. Everything they do or say, you go buy and get to be like the celebrity. But all they gonna do is stick NBA YoungBoy or Taylor Swift in front of your kid, Billie Eilish, one of these people that's already working with the enemy, and let them promote the chip to your kids. And then they gonna stick Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, or Cardi B right in front of your ass and tell you the chip is bad bitch energy. Either way it go, you gonna get that mark of the beast if you still wanna eat, travel, have kids, and do some more shit. And if you still don't think this shit's serious, the Vietnam government just shut down 86 million bank accounts overnight for not complying with their digital ID mandates in their country. Check this shit out.
Now, in the coming years, all shall receive the mark. The mark has already started in implication. Are we all aware of the mark? If not, please educate yourselves. In the mark of the beast, refusers of it shall not be able to buy or sell. They shall become beggars, cut out of the system, and that will be the pure delight. For they will be the wise. We brothers will never have the mark, for we will know that it really is control, and we cannot be controlled as we are the controllers. The mark will be the connection between AI, direct connections, free will, dependent on the algorithm. You see, at the moment, man has free will. It was given to him by God. That gives him the right to choose. Well, once we give him the mark, that free will belong to us. We will be able to track his movements, his body, his money. His decisions will be monitored 24/7. We will replace his God. A central computer that gathers all his data, from the smartphone to the mark. Now I will detail how all of you will slowly start to implement this technology.
Now this shit is deeper than rap. The enemy is on land and he using technology to manipulate and control your soul. Over 30,000 people have implanted the chip in their hand in Sweden. And those same 30,000 people just lost their eternal salvation, sold their soul for convenience. This is evil. And if you think this ain't gonna happen in the U.S., you sleep. It's already in the state of Utah. They governor just approved the digital ID mandate. Jesus is coming back. The end is near. So prepare now for hunger. Prepare to struggle. Prepare to go through the worst times you ever seen in your life for a short time only. Come and tell you why. Within 5 to 7 years when that started, Jesus coming back. So prepare now, man. That's why they cutting your food supply and your Section 8 voucher. That's why they cutting all that, because they preparing you. That's why you got to get mentally prepared to stay up under a bridge if you have to. Don't let them people put that shit in you, man, because they looking to create slaves that are forced to do whatever they tell you to do in order to survive and stay alive in this economy. Don't get that mark of the beast. Trust in God. He'll protect you. He'll provide for you. And he gonna help you survive and stay alive. Share this video before they take it down. And please stay to the end. I'm about to roll some clips out that's gonna show you just how serious this shit is. Check this shit out.
Digital ID. It is the end game for the elites. This is game, set, match. This is checkmate of the elites against us. This is game over. One click, you get denied on anything. This is not just a picture ID, right? This is going to be a face scan, an iris scan, fingerprinting. It's going to hold all of your online activity, your passport, your bank account, your health records, taxes, your travel. I mean, take a look at this clip from Keir Starmer, who announced in the UK about their digital ID.
Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
I don't know if you can get any more arrogant and pompous with that British accent than he is, but he definitely was a little bit more stern and subdued, didn't have that pep in his step, like maybe, you know, after taking a line or two with Macron on the train, you know, he didn't have the white powder this time, but he has the power to implement that all across the UK, and the UK will be feeling it very soon, very harsh. Digital ID is not in the US yet, but it is almost inevitable that it will come at some point. And so it will have to be mass non-compliance. You will have to create your own networks of people. You will have to try to be, you know, off-grid if you can. Digital ID, that is the net. That is the trap for enslavement of the people. You will have to think the way they want you to think. You will have to say what they want you to say. George Orwell warned us all about this. Read 1984. All right, this is Big Brother, big time. You step out of line of whatever regime is in power, you're shut down. They'll shut down your bank account. They will shut down your online access. You won't be able to buy or sell. Sound familiar? It is being implemented in different countries: Estonia, Denmark, India, Singapore, Sweden, Australia, Belgium, the Netherlands, Nigeria, Germany. Now the UK, it'll eventually come for us. It will come here. The enslavement of the population, this is not hyperbole. When they have full control digitally of everything that you are and that you can do online, they will shut you down when you step out of line. Goodbye freedom of speech. Goodbye freedom of movement. If they pass a law that says you can only have so much meat a week, goodbye ability to buy what you want at the grocery store. This is serious. This isn't doomsday, oh, the sky is falling. No, this is real. This is happening. This will come to us very soon. Pay attention.
So people keep asking me, what's the big problem with digital ID? Everything's already digital for us. That's not what digital ID means. Digital ID doesn't mean everything will be online or digital. It means that everything that you have right now will be encompassed under one digital ID that is governed by one entity, and that it can be shut off whenever they wanted to. So I found this picture on the World Economic Forum. I've already done a video on this using this exact same picture, but I will try and explain it a little better. So if you look at this wheel, this is everything that they want to encompass under the digital ID. And the dangers of that is because that means they will override the authorities that already govern some of these separately. So for example, you have a driver's license that's being monitored by the Department of Transportation. So for example, if you get a speeding ticket, they can't just go and cut off your cell phone or cut off your bank account until you pay it. With digital IDs, they can do that. So same thing with healthcare, right? Right now you have a health card that is being governed by the Department of Health. Well, if this comes in, they will just bypass that. So what they want to encompass in all of this is healthcare. Financial services such as banks. You will not be able to get in your bank, use your money if you do not get digital ID. Food and sustainability. Somehow they think that, you know, digital IDs will help farmers produce better. No, it's just going to monitor them. Travel and mobility. You will not be able to book or fly or anything without this, so that they can monitor exactly where you are at all times. Humanitarian response. They're saying that in case something happens, it'll be easier to find you. Bullshit. They're just wanting to monitor you at all times. E-commerce. You will not be able to sell, buy, or anything if you do not have this. Social media platforms. You will not be able to log on to social media, no more fake accounts, if you do not have this. E-government, taxes, voting, EI, all of those things you will not be able to actually get if you do not have this thing. Telecommunications, cell phones, same thing. Smart cities, and that's where it gets dangerous. I can do a completely separate thing on that, but it's complete control because it says it's pretty much going to siphon data and see your energy usage, your utility usage, and traffic congestion. Now, if you add CBDCs to that, meaning the digital currency, they have absolutely all control over everything that you do, buy, say, you know, own, everything. That's the dangers of it. So right now, if you get a speeding ticket, they can't just cut off your cell phone. With digital ID, if you get a speeding ticket, they can cut off your cell phone. And then they can track and monitor you, and they can also add carbon credits to your life based on how you shop and how you do this. This is to control the populace and basically corral the sheep into behaving exactly how they want you to behave. Otherwise, they cut you off from the rest of the world. And we've seen the Canadian government do this during the trucker protest when they cut off bank accounts. Completely illegal. And they've done it again since. But I guess some of the liberal dummies didn't realize that.
So here's the thing. We got less than 5 years to stop them, or we'll never have another chance. Agenda 2030 isn't some conspiracy theory. It's written down, and it's written in their words. They come right out and they tell us exactly what they're going to do. It's a one world government, one world cashless currency, one world central bank, one world military, social credit scores that the government can use to turn off your bank account. Vietnam just deleted 86 million bank accounts of people who refused to get their digital ID. They just deleted them. Wonder where that money went. If you're not paying attention, you probably don't know that England is putting people in prison for social media posts like memes and fucking comments. This is the trajectory that we're headed. Dude just got put in federal prison in England for saying that he didn't want his tax dollars prioritizing illegal immigrants instead of being used for the betterment of his own countrymen. Listen, if you don't start standing up and saying something like I am, this will be the end of national sovereignty. It will be the end of privately owned property. They're literally telling people in other countries that if you don't accept digital IDs, you're going to be excluded from society. That's what they're telling them. That means they won't allow you to board a train, to get on a plane, to go to work. They won't allow you to do the things that you would normally do if you don't accept their digital ID. I'm telling you that they won't allow you to pay your fucking mortgage without providing them a digital ID number. They'll take away your home for non-compliance. They'll disallow or remove your children from school. This isn't a joke. This is what's happening right now. We have less than 5 years to do something about it. If you don't recognize how serious this is, you're not paying attention. This is what they're doing. They won't allow you to register your cars. They'll turn you away from medical care. And they'll do all this while they're telling you that you're not being forced to do anything. It's your choice, right? Like it was your choice 5 years ago with the jab. Remember that? This is how they institute the new normal. This is how they end the family unit. This is how they force mandatory schmaxinations. This is how they introduce universal basic income. This is how they introduce microchipping, a global credit system. This is what they want. This is what they're building right now. And they're coming right out and they're telling you. Thousands of 5G towers, the end of private transportation, the end of private farms, businesses run by the government, travel restrictions, restricted land use. You think this is far-fetched? Take a look around and wake the fuck up. They already tested it in 2020 with the lockdowns, restrictions, fear campaigns, government-run media, and most people complied without a second thought. That was the dress rehearsal. That was the warm-up round. 2030 is their final act. But here's the thing. It was all supposed to go down in 2015, but they missed their deadline, so they pushed it back to 2020. Then they missed that too. And what does that tell you? See, it tells me that we're much more fierce of an opponent than they ever realized. They didn't account for level-headed, logical thinking, like-minded brothers like us to dig our heels in and say, fuck you, but it's not good enough. And their efforts will only get more aggressive, more pronounced, and more relentlessly egregious towards dissenters. And here's the truth. If we don't fight back now, if we don't raise our voices, if we don't refuse to comply, if we don't build strength and unity in our own communities, then when the curtain drops, it's over. We won't get another chance. This is bigger than politics. This is about freedom. This is about sovereignty. This is about whether your kid and your grandkids get to live free or as digital slaves in a system that is designed to own them.
What we're seeing today is what I call turnkey totalitarianism. They are putting in place all of these technological mechanisms for control we've never seen before. It's been the ambition of every totalitarian state from the beginning of mankind to control every aspect of behavior, of conduct, of thought, and to obliterate dissent. None of them have been able to do it. They didn't have the technological capacity. Today, the mechanisms are being put in place that will make it so none of us can run and none of us can hide. Within 5 years, we're going to see 415,000 low-orbit satellites. Bill Gates says his 65,000 satellites alone will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. Digital currency that will allow them to punish us from a distance and cut off our food supply. Every right that you have is transformed into a privilege contingent upon your obedience to arbitrary government dictates. It will make you a slave. And what do we do about this? What do? We resist. I'm going to tell you 3 rules that you all need to know and memorize. Number 1, every power that government takes from us, it will never relinquish voluntarily. Number 2, Every power they take from us, they will ultimately abuse to the maximum extent possible. Number 3, nobody in history of the planet has ever complied their way out of totalitarian control. Every capitulation is a signal to the oppressors to impose new forms of torment or torture or compliance or obedience. Every time you comply, you get weaker. Bullies cannot be appeased. It just encourages them to new forms of torture and torment. Every time you say yes, you're getting pushed back to a weaker position. That's why we need to resist today.